Welcome to Physics of Gamification, the podcast where science meets behavior design. I'm your host, Hakan Uzer, co-founder of Motivacraft. In each episode, we explore one core gamification mechanic and connect it to a law of physics to understand not just what works, but why it works. Tap a domino, just one, and watch what happens next. The second falls, then the third, and suddenly you have triggered something much bigger than you planned. That's a kinetic chain, and in gamification, it's happening whether you see it or not. Let's dive in. Newton's third law, the one we all learned in school, says, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In physical systems, that's easy to picture. You push a wall and the wall pushes back. A rocket shoots exhaust onward and it lifts off. But this isn't just about objects. Because in gamification, every mechanic is an action, and it will cause a reaction. Maybe not instantly, maybe not the one you planned, but it is coming. If you have ever added a leaderboard and watched collaboration nosedive, you have felt it. Let me give you a real-world example. One company rolled out 3 mechanics. A point system to reward speed, a leaderboard to spark competition, and a monthly badge to reward consistency. Individually, all 3 made sense. Together, they cancelled each other out. Why? Because the points for speed nudged people to rush. That rushing led to mistakes. But the leaderboard rewarded output, not accuracy. And that monthly badge, it became a psychological trap. Miss a single day and the badge was out of reach, so people gave up. What started as motivation turned into pressure. Collaboration broke down, and when one mechanic failed, it dragged the others with it. That's a kinetic chain, a cascade of reactions you didn't plan for. Now, could these same mechanics work together? Absolutely. Imagine this instead. Speed is rewarded only when paired with task quality. Leaderboards highlight team impact, not just volume. The badge system has a comeback mode, recognizing recovery, not punishing failure. Same mechanics, different outcome. Because this time they are not competing, they are compounding. That's the difference between stacking by instinct and stacking by design. That's the power and the risk of kinetic chains. Stack your mechanics carelessly and they clash. Stack them intentionally and they compound. But here is the twist. Reaction isn't the enemy. It's actually your greatest asset if you know how to direct it. Points trigger feedback. Badges spark pride. Ranks ignite curiosity or competition. These are not just features, they are forces. The real question is, are those forces aligned with what you want people to feel and do? Motion behaves like energy. Once it's in motion, it carries forward. But if your system redirects or resists it, the energy disperses. In psychology, we see this all the time, especially in choice architecture. Let's say your progress is shown as 10% complete. That feels doable. 90% remaining, that feels heavy. Same data, different framing, different reaction. Cognitive science calls this the framing effect, and it's a proof that language, visuals, and structure all feed into the kinetic system you are building. So how do you build systems that move forward, not sideways? 1. Design with tension in mind. If 2 mechanics pull in opposite directions, like speed and quality, don't ignore it. Choose your priority, or create a balancing mechanic that restores alignment. 2. Test for second-order effects. Don't just ask, does this work? Ask, what will this trigger next? Because gamification isn't just moment to moment, it's momentum to momentum. 3. Stack for energy. Build rhythm into your layers. Here's what a well-designed kinetic chain might look like. Daily goals build rhythm. Showing up, checking progress, staying on track. Weekly missions add narrative. Short arcs that make effort feel purposeful. Monthly milestones unlock status. visible progress that shows transformation. Now, your system doesn't just move, it builds. You've been listening to Physics of Gamification. This podcast doesn't have studio polish, no soundstage, just ideas worth testing. If today's episode helped you rethink how your mechanics interact or showed you the power of stacking with intention, share it. Not just with designers, but with anyone trying to build systems people care about. I'm Hakan Uzer, and next time we'll explore the field effect, how what users see shapes what they do, and how visual language might be your strongest motivational tool yet. Until then, stay in the flow.